Olaf Scholz was officially sworn in on Wednesday as Chancellor of Germany, replacing Angela Merkel after a 16-year rule. Merkel's former vice-chancellor heads the Social Democratic Party in the Bundestag, where he was voted into office with a 57% majority. Scholz's party has signed a coalition deal with these other two parties, with a domestic agenda focused on combating climate change and expanding social programs. However, opposition to tax hikes from the pro-business Free Democrats will hinder ambitious government spending. Nevertheless, Scholz hopes to phase out coal by 2030 and build 400,000 affordable housing units. At present, the government is debating a vaccine mandate as Germany experiences its worst surge of COVID cases since last winter. Previously advocating against such mandates, Scholz has expressed a change of heart in the face of high infection rates. Regarding foreign relations, Scholz is expected to be tougher on Beijing and Moscow, especially as fears of Russian invasion of Ukraine loom. On Monday, the former leader of Myanmar, Aung San Suu Kyi, was found guilty of incitement and violating coronavirus restrictions. The democratically elected leader was arrested on February 1st after the army seized power in a coup, claiming a fraudulent victory for Suu Kyi's National League for Democracy. Since then, Myanmar has been ruled by a military junta headed by General Min Aung Hlaing. Although this first trial only resulted in a 2-year prison sentence, Suu Kyi faces 11 charges in total, which could land her in jail for the rest of her life. In cities across Myanmar, the verdict incited protests and silent strikes in support of the former leader. Further demonstrations could lead to brutal military crackdowns on protests, which have killed over 1,300 people since the coup. In response, the US, UK, and Canada have imposed sanctions on Myanmar military assets. On Saturday, the Pacific Alliance met in Cartagena, Colombia to finalize a trade deal with Singapore. The trading bloc includes these 4 countries and aims to promote integration and free trade between its members. Initially brokered in July, this free trade agreement expands collaboration on a variety of issues, including energy, food, trade, and infrastructure. The deal also lowers investment barriers to support business development and increase market access to promote economic development. The agreement is widely regarded as a milestone for the alliance's economic integration into the Asia-Pacific. In the short term, expect the Pacific Alliance to seek greater integration with Singapore through joining its data-sharing agreement known as the Single Window. The agreement would allow the Pacific Alliance to streamline trade with Singapore and the rest of its trading partners, namely the United States. For their part, Washington is likely to encourage these closer economic relations as a means to counter growing Chinese influence in the Pacific.